Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stubbornly Refused series of the exercises. Today I have exercise 3. First book on the reading list, How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable About Anything. Yes, anything, which can be found again on our website at ocdrecovery.com underneath the resource tab. Before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Thank you for the support. The channel is growing and growing. Comments are getting better and better. I love engaging with people in the community. It's one of the most important things in my life. And remember, this book is critical when it comes to learning how to break down your beliefs and then applying that over a long period of time. So, exercise number 3. When you feel seriously upset, anxious, depressed, enraged, self-hating, self-pity, which I've done all of these, many of us have had all this, or probably behaving against your own basic interests, which I did a lot, or avoiding what you better do or addicted to acts you better not do. In the comments, it says adult website problem, so that's right there. Assume that you are thinking unscientifically. Look for these common ways in which you and practically all your friends and relatives deny the rules of science. It was much more than just adult websites. I was smoking vape all day. I was overeating. I was 50 pounds more than I weigh right now. I had a lot of problems. Anger, all sorts of stuff. Okay, here are some examples of ones that I see on all my coaching calls. Unrealistic thinking that denies the facts of life. People should be nice to me because I'm nice to them. That would be nice, but it's never needed. How do we know this? Because respect is a human concept. Basically, everything is a human concept. I always use that great scene from the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. I love this, where she said, 1 + 1 is never equal 2. And she holds the pen and starts floating and it starts doing like a circle. She said, it's only 1 + 1 = 2, so we can codify it and quantify it to make sense for humans. But there's no answer to that question. You watch that from an existential perspective and you're like, oh. But it's actually true. There are absolutely no rules in life outside of the human-based laws, the criminal system laws that we hold, which differ from country to country. But besides that, it's totally up to humans. Everything is up for grabs. It doesn't mean certain belief systems, certain moral outlooks, perspectives, behaviors don't hold certain positive outcomes and or negative outcomes. It just doesn't mean there isn't one correct way to live, which there's a lot of doctrines and dogmatic beliefs about stuff like that. So this is one of them. If people are nice to me, they must be nice back. One of the best things you could do here is learn to, for me, I'll tell you how I do this. I'll use a lot of myself here as I show people respect. I try to, but I never need respect in return. I get people that yell at me all the time on the internet. It is what it is. Okay? Here's a big one. If I don't get a good job and if I don't make a lot of money, I'm a loser, I'm a bum, I'm a moron. And you see all these people, you know, the Tates of the world and all sorts of, it's not just Andrew Tate, it's lots of people, right? Pros and cons and many things people say. Some people really like Andrew Tate, some people really hate Andrew Tate, some people are kind of in the middle, but a lot more people, he's so controversial, it's either I love him or I want to throw him off a bridge. So there's no in between. And humans have gotten really bad at this because of social media. So yes, having money is amazing. You hear people say money doesn't equal happiness. That's not true. Money equals certain aspects of happiness. If you want a new car, you're going to want some money. If you want to go on vacation to Bali, you're going to need some money. Those don't automatically equal happiness, but they give you an opportunity to be in a happier state or content state. I like the word content. Okay? These are illogical contradictions. Okay? So because I love other people, they must love me back. No, that's also a human-made concept. It's nice when you show love and respect and camaraderie and you do acts of services, whatever you want to call it. But that person doesn't need to actually give you anything in return. I'm not saying it's going to be a good relationship. It's just not needed, okay? When I fail at a job interview, that proves I'm a hopeless moron. So what I used to do is, because I'm stuck right now, because I've been stuck in the past, that shows you I'll never be able to get better. But that's also illogical and very rigid thinking, catastrophic thinking. Unprovable and unfalsifiable beliefs, okay? Because I have harmed others, I am doomed to roast in hell and suffer for eternity. I am a special person who will always come out on top no matter what. I have magical ability to make people do what I want them to do. And because I strongly feel that you hate me, it is certain that you do. So, again, there's a lot of religious beliefs that people have. I work all over the world, every religion, Christian, Catholicism, different denominations, Islam, spirituality, Stoicism, atheist, agnostic, someone who was a Christian, now they're Islamic, someone who came from the Islam countries, now they're Catholic, or they're an atheist. So it's all over the place, right? And it's not the belief itself that gets you into trouble. It's the rigidity about the belief of the religion that gets people into trouble. So the trouble isn't, hey, you know, it seems impossible when you don't have this view. I believe in heaven. I believe in hell. I have acted in a certain way. but hopefully there is forgiveness. I'm going to work on forgiving myself. Hopefully I don't act like that again, even if I am in jail for the rest of my life. There's a lot of people in jail that turn to spirituality and religious belief systems, etc. And it sounds so difficult saying it, but if I am banished from whatever the happy eternal plane is, then you have no choice. Your only choice is to accept that. If you have no say in the matter and you are going to a hell, the only thing you can do is accept it. Like, I have to accept I'm going to die. I don't really want to die. I like life. I like challenging myself. I like going out there, but I am going to die. Nick will die. Beliefs in deservingness or undeservingness or fairness. Because I am a good person, I deserve to succeed in life and get nice things to happen to me. There is no such thing as good and bad people. Okay? This is a very easy concept to break down when you think a little bit deeper. Okay, so this is the superficial aspect of the ground. Most people are thinking here. Even people that we believe are very intellectual are still usually thinking here because they use stuff like good people or deservingness. And I was the same way. I was right here. The only reason I think the way I do is because of my suffering. If it wasn't for my OCD, there's no way I would have thought the way I'm thinking. But if you go below the surface, you say, well, good people, wait a second. If you have a war, if you have two groups of people fighting, take Rome and the Germanic tribes. Well, the Germanic tribes thought they were correct from the expansion of Rome. I'm not a historian, that's what I believe it was over. And Rome wanted to expand, and they thought they were superior. Both people thought they were good people. Who's right? I'm not saying I don't agree with one of them, or maybe I can see both perspectives. It's just, and then if you have a lot of people that see it one way, I remember listening to someone, oh my gosh, his name is passing me by. Anyway, he was asked about why he believes he said something like 90% of humans on earth are religious. So how could you not agree with that? And he said, that's a very silly answer, in my opinion. He goes, just because everyone believes in one thing doesn't mean they're correct. And just because everyone believes in good and bad people does not mean they're correct. I love murder documentaries. Watching a new Prison one on Prime, evil, the evil. There's no such thing as evil. There's just people with genetics, the reason they act the way they do. And I love how they still call them evil, by the way. Then they're like, by the way, their parents abused them in every single way, physically and sexually, burned cigarettes out on them, locked them outside. Why would they act that way? Richard Ramirez, the night stalker, at least it goes, the legend, his father used to chain him to a fence in a graveyard overnight. You think that person's not going to hate the world? I'm not saying I agree with any of their behaviors. It's just not evil in the sense. Like the bad seed theory is more than likely 99.9% not true. Just being born evil. Just circumstance, where you are, your genetics, are you missing things in your brain? Oh my God, I'm missing things, etc. So I don't believe in deservingness. I believe that it would be nice if there was deservingness, but I would say, in a good manner a lot. Sometimes I don't, because I'm a human. And people don't always respect that. It bothers me, but they don't need to treat me that certain way. So that's very important, okay? When you have discovered some of your unscientific beliefs with which you're creating emotional problems, making yourself act against those interests, etc., ask yourself, is this belief realistic? Is it opposed to the facts of life? Is this belief logical? Is it contradictory to itself or many others? Can I prove this, etc., etc.? Persist at using scientific method of questioning and challenging your rational beliefs until you begin to give them up. This will take time. Again, when you're doing your beliefs, you're not doing them to feel emotional changes in the moment. Like, I'm reading this book right now for my business. All the people in our business are reading this book. First time I've ever read the book together. Then we're going to talk about their meetings. I've been meaning to read this book for a while. I definitely use this. I'm a little bit more aware than I ever have been. And I do agree. A lot of the small amount of effort I do, the concentrated effort, gives me a lot of my results, 80% of my results. Content, making long articles, one-to-one, how I actually act in them. But just because I read this book or this book doesn't mean I'm going to feel any different. I might start acting a little bit different. It usually doesn't mean I feel different in the moment. So thank you again for watching. Really work on the deservingness. Life is not fair. Of course life isn't fair. Look at stuff. Gangs, violence, genocide, wars, all sorts of things that go wrong on this earth. Serial killers, everything, and just kind of the way it goes, unfortunately. Very, very sad. We can agree and disagree, etc., on many different things. That's what humans do best. I think when you have humans that all think and act the same way, that's not necessarily good for society, my own belief systems, but constructive disagreements can be very good. Not needing to prove people wrong. I broke that down all by using this. Thank you again, Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Hope to hear from you soon, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.